back in the building, man. Stop playing. We back in the building, man. Stop playing. What the word is,
so
baby.
You got the rope around your neck.
Yes, indeed.
What's going on? Tell me what this is.
Yes, indeed. This rope explains everything. This rope expressed my life. This rope showed me where I come from. A lot of people put the rope around me. A lot of people try to hang me for dead. A lot of people hung me for nothing. They put the rope on me, man. They try to hang me. So guess what? I bought the rope for a reason, because the rope they trying to hang me with is the same rope I'm willing to give them a helping hand with. See, sometimes in life, people will try to hang you for the wrong reason. But then you prevail, you overcome, you beat the situation, you beat the odds. Then guess what? Since I ain't jealous of them hanging me, I'm willing to give a helping hand. Sometimes in life, you can't even worry about what they say about you. Just go against the odds and give them a helping hand. So I bought this rope for a reason, because the people that try to hang me, I'm willing to give them the helping hand to help them succeed in life. You know, so that's why I wore the rope. That's why I wore the rope, man. They try to hang me. They said I wasn't no good. They try to give me to the devil. It feel good, though. It feel good. I beat the odds. They hold me, but I ain't died. You know, so that's what it is, man. I wore the rope. The rope mean everything. You know? That's
some real shit. Honestly, there's not many people in the world who would be left to hanging and then would go and actually lend a helping hand to those same people.
I'm different.
You know I'm different.
Yeah, I've been different. I'm different. I'm different. Remember when I told you about the last episode? I say, even though you keep sowing the seed and one seed burn you, you can't stop sowing the seed. So even though they hold me for dead, I'm still willing to give a helping hand. Come on now, I'm different. I'm different. I forgive them. them.
So have you always been that way?
Man, I just came that way. When I accepted God in my life and I understand and I accepted him and I know where he taking me, he made me a different person. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I didn't know who I was until I found him. When I found him, he showed me the guidance. He showed me the book. He showed me the direction of who you is. When you lost and you trying to find out who you is, all you got to go, man, God, look. Show me my purpose. Show me my passion. Show me who I am. I'm tired of being average. I'm tired of going through ups and downs in life. That's how I got to where I'm at. It wasn't because of me. I went and asked God, God, show me my purpose. Show me what you want me to do and help me get on that path and lead me to that direction.
Right, facts. No, I agree. I mean, you found God before I did. You know what I'm saying? Your relationship. But like, I feel like since I have found God, I can definitely feel a direction. It's a bumpy road. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be bumpy.
But there's lessons. Like once you see like
lessons turn into blessings.
Exactly. Once you see that they are lessons, and then you learn from those lessons, and you see why these lessons come, it's building you to prepare you for the next level. Because when you go to the next level, you got to be prepared.
You got to be prepared because it's tougher. Every step you make is a tougher road. Every success you achieve is a tougher road in front of you. So you got to be prepared for everything. I tell people all the time, the lessons that I had to overcome to turn them into blessings, it was mentally, physically, emotionally challenged. I had to go through all them different stages to understand why I deserve to be here. When I was at my lowest, nobody heard me. Nobody was listening. Nobody was seeing me. Nobody was feeling me. So I had to go through that.
Right. Preparation.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
If you ain't prepared, if you don't play the game in your mind, then you ain't prepared to win. If you don't play the game is not played on the field. The game is played in your mind, in your prayers, in your belief, in your practice. Practice make perfect. The game don't make perfect. Practice make perfect. So if you want to be great, you want to be successful, you want to get to the top, you got to practice like you play. You got to practice every day.
Facts.
Every day. I don't care who there. Practice. I don't care who looking. Practice. I want to be great. Practice. I want to be the best. Practice. I'm tired. Practice.
Facts.
Practice make perfect.
Right. Because and I hear what you're saying, because like it's your mind state that allows you to continue to practice. Because if your mind state ain't right, you might go to practice for 2 weeks straight and be like, man, I'm gonna miss a couple of days. I don't think I'm gonna go to practice. It's your mind state that keeps you practicing every single day. If your mind ain't right, you ain't gonna keep practicing. So that's why I agree that it's your mind state that really is where you become a champion.
Yeah, that's when you see the success in your mind, then you able to accomplish it physically.
Right.
Everything gotta be first mentally, and then the second thing is physically.
You said something on the phone. We were talking on the phone the other day. You said you gotta see it. What did you say?
You gotta see it. You gotta see it, and then you could believe it.
And then you said you gotta see it. You gotta believe it, and so you can achieve it. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta see it. You gotta believe it. Then you could achieve it. You gotta see it. If you don't see it, then how you could believe it? And then how you believe it, in order to achieve it, you gotta see it in your mind. And when you see something in your mind, you see the vision that they lay on you. You see the vision that you want. You see the goal that you want. Then you gotta believe it. Believe it mean not believe it. Listen, when I say believe it, mean I believe it to where I'm willing to go through any circumstances and any situation. See, people fail to realize when I say believe it, believe me, I'm willing to go through the trials and tribulations. I'm willing to go through the people that deny me. I'm willing to go through the sacrifice. I'm willing to sacrifice everything. Then that's how you believe it. Believe it just not coming easy. Believing like, damn, saying like 5% only believe in me. The other 95% don't believe in me. That's when I mean believe it.
Right.
Believe it. And then when you believe it, then you go achieve it because you went through the process. The believe is the process. The believe is the process. The believe is the process. You can't believe it if you ain't willing to go through the process. The process will make you believe it. And when you believe it and you go through these situations and the circumstances and the trials and tribulation, I can't take it no more. I'm ready to give up. Then how you going to achieve it when you ready to give up so easy? God couldn't give up on us that easy. We backsliders, we sinners, but he still believe in us. So if he believe in us and he always willing to give us a chance and he's a forgiving God, why you can't forgive and keep going?
Right. Facts. No, you just laid out the whole blueprint to success. It's really that simple. You got to see it, you have to believe it, and you have to achieve it. Because if you don't see it, and then you'll never believe it, like you said. You'll never believe it because how can you believe in something that you don't even see or visualize? And once you believe it, that's where the mind state comes in, the practice you said, because during that practice, you got to believe that you're going to be great.
Yeah.
You have to believe that you're going to be a champion. You have to believe that you're on the right path to practice every day. So you keep practicing on whatever you do, and the way you achieve it is to put that work in. Because practice is cool and all. Practice is important, but what's really important is what do you do in the game? When the game day comes, like when you got to take that practice you've been doing and you got to step to the plate and show what you got to execute. You got to execute.
Your prayers. It's like your prayers. When you praying, you just can't pray without executing and going do it. You praying is one thing, but praying and executing is a different thing. You gotta pray and then you gotta put the work in. They say prayers without work is worthless. That's why I say you gotta pray and execute. You ain't never heard that before. You gotta pray and execute. You gotta execute the prayers that you put in. You gotta make it happen. You gotta meet God that way. You gotta be willing to sacrifice. If you ain't willing to sacrifice, then you not willing to be great. D Phlo, do you understand? 2020, I was getting 1 like, 2 comment, 0 share, and I didn't stop. Because I believed in me. I believed that everything gonna turn around. I just had to keep going. God said, why would I give you something if I ain't challenge you to show me that you deserve to have it? A lot of us want something and we ain't even give them enough time to show them we worked it of it.
Right. Facts. You get your prayers and execution.
Prayers and
100%. It's like if you just pray, then you're not gonna get to where you are. If you just execute, you're not going to get to where you are. You have to pray and execute. Both.
That's a combo.
Just as much.
That's a combination.
It's a combination.
That's a burger with a fry.
And you know what? It's not just execute. It's execute to your best ability. You have to put
Man,
all
you
into the
dropping
execution.
jewels, man. You dropping the jewels. You just saying, come on, man. Say it one more time. Not just execute, but you gotta what?
Execute to your best ability. You got to give 100%. When that game day comes, when all that practice you've been doing, you get your chance to go and show it, you have to go 100%. You can't go in and confident. That goes back to the belief. The only way that you're going to walk in that room confident is if you believe that you're the best. You believe that you can do it. If you walk in there, you're like, I don't know if I can do this. You're not.
You failed.
You failed already.
You done.
You failed before you started.
It's no good. You didn't told the devil that you ain't got what it takes. You didn't let down your prayers. You didn't let down your God. You showed God all the prayers I've been praying. Now I'm at this stage. I don't want it because I just lost my belief.
Your belief. Belief is everything. Belief in God, belief in yourself, belief in your abilities.
Belief in the people around you.
Belief in the people around. If you can't believe in the people around you, then you need to check the people. You need to check your circle. You got to check if your circle is really the people you need around you.
You got to see it, you got to believe it, and then you got to achieve it.
Exactly.
You got to see it within yourself. You got to believe that you're going to get it done through all the trials and tribulations. And then you, guess what? You see it, you believe it, now you achieved it. Now you deserve to hold that trophy in there. Now you deserve to say, Mom, I closed the deal on this nice house. Mom, I closed the deal on my dream car. Mom, I closed the deal on my new business. Mom, I closed the deal on my LLC because you believed it, you saw it, you seen it, you believed it, and then you achieved it. Belief is everything. That's the process.
Right. And there's another thing that people need to understand that's important. This is a cycle that continues. Like, you have a goal in mind, you're trying to get to here, you have to see it, believe, and achieve it. But after you achieve it, that's not the end of it.
No.
It's back to the beginning. Now you see a new vision, you believe in the new vision, and you achieve the new vision. This is on repeat. You can never just feel like you achieved enough. You have to realize that once you reach your goals, it's time to up your goals. It's time to, like, once we hit 1 million views, we said, man, we're trying to hit 5 million.
Man, we hit 1 million views. We want 10 million. We
want 10 million. We want 50.
We deserve that. We've been putting in work. We've been putting in work. And when you put in that work, you believe it, and you're willing to go through the process. You're willing to sacrifice it all. You're willing to put that work behind them prayers. You're willing to do it consistent. Then guess what? It's going to come to you. 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 But order for it to come to you, my boy said one thing. He said, seek the knowledge of the king, and everything that you want will be granted to you. A lot of people got to understand that you got to give praise to God. And everything that you ask for, he will give it to you. But we always give praise to the things and forget what God did for us.
I'll tell you what a lot of people do.
Let me say that again one more time, D Phlo. We got to give the knowledge to the king.
Right.
We got to give praise to God. We always overlook the situation that when we get blessed with something, we go overlook who gave it to us.
Right.
And give knowledge to the people who knowledge us for the things that we got.
Right.
And we overlook that God was the person who gave us that. He said, just acknowledge me first before you acknowledge anything that I grant you or give you. We get these things and we forget to give praise to him. We forget to say thank you, God, for blessing us with these things.
I feel like that's what people do. When they get through a hard time, they pray to God. God helps them through it, and then they don't pray. They just stop praying. They're like, all right, cool, thanks. And then they wait till they're going through something again to pray again. And it's like, you have to always, and we talked about it before, you always got to praise God.
Always.
Like whether it's good or bad, you got to keep showing your appreciation. If you want to continue to be blessed, then you have to praise him more than just when it's a hard time.
Thank you.
And that's something I'm learning. That's something you've been teaching me.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
even when things not going right, you still got to give praise. Even when, man, listen, things ain't going to always go right. But you got to continue to keep giving praise each and every morning, because we waking up with something that a lot of people ain't waking up with. We getting up with the same opportunity to progress in life. A lot of people ain't waking up. A lot of people getting bad news. Their job laying them off. They caught all kind of situations. So you got to praise him no matter what.
Right.
The smallest blessing be the biggest blessing. The biggest blessing be the little blessing. Because guess what? That big blessing don't mean as much as that small blessing. That small blessing is the bread in your body.
it's the thing that kept you going
Yes,
in a
indeed.
hard time. Facts. So let me ask you this: when this big check comes in, what do you want to buy, bro? Like, what do you want? What's the first couple things you're gonna buy when this big check comes?
I'm gonna go sow my seed. I'm gonna go give back my tithes to God. He deserve it. After I do that, I ain't gonna buy no chain or no watch because it's not gonna do nothing. I'm only gonna wear it on weekend, and I barely go places. I'm gonna go listen to my friends and tell them one thing like, look, I got this money and it's sitting around. I want to hear your plan. I want to hear your business plan. I want to hear what you're willing to do and how you want to leave money behind for your kids and your family. And when they tell me what it is, I'm gonna give them that money so they can invest in their business. I don't want to buy nothing that ain't gonna bring in no revenue. I just don't want to buy nothing that's just sitting in the house that ain't making no revenue. I got too many people around me with good ideas. I want to invest in them. I want them to be their own boss. I want them to feel good about their business and with the opportunity they got to achieve everything they want. So buying certain things ain't gonna make me satisfied. I want to put people in position, because whatever I stop or something happened to me today or tomorrow, I can say, man, my friends gonna always look out for me because I put them in position. We fail to realize if you love the people that's around you and they encourage you to be great, don't overlook their dream. Help them achieve their dream. I know you want to buy you something nice, but buying you something nice and helping your friends achieve their dream to where, guess what? Not all y'all winning. Not all y'all in position. You the boss in your game, your lane. They the boss in their lane. Your other friend the boss in his lane. Not all y'all. Guess what? It ain't going to be you just paying for the food. Everybody going to be able to pay for the food because you put them in position.
Right. I absolutely agree. I've always lived that way. Whenever I'm up, my main thing is to get everybody around me up. I don't want to be the only one around up. If I could help y'all make some money, whoever's around me, that's what I love to do. I want to see us all win. I don't really feel like it's success if I'm the only one winning. The people around me got to be winning too.
The people around you mean everything.
For
you
sure.
being around me mean everything. You being around me, you talking to me, we conversating every day mean everything to me. It mean everything to me. Just that conversation mean a lot. That's worth more than money. The love you show me worth more than money. So it's only right to put you in position to win. If I love you and I appreciate the things you do, and I understand what you're doing, we gonna go win together. That's what make you a real boss. That separate Rick Ross. Shout out to Rick Ross. Rick Ross put everybody around him in position to win. So if he fall, he able to go to different people for different things to help him get back in the game. That's what considered a boss. A boss is not just one who winning by themselves. A boss is somebody who put his whole team in position to where they all straight, where they all able to hold their own. Young got it too. Yo got it too. He showed them why. Kevin Gates too. All of them big bosses.
Facts. If you're not, the definition of a boss is to have employees, like people below you, people that you basically making them money. You feel me? If you ain't got no one that you helping out to make money, how could you be a boss? Like, bosses are not by themselves. There ain't no boss who's by himself. Who do you the boss, of? You feel me? So it's like, I don't think people understand that. To be a boss, you got to be putting on your people. If you claim the word boss, then you got to put your people on. Ain't no selfish shit. It's one thing to put your people on, but I'm talking about do it for the right intentions. Do the right things. Like, really try to help people and see them win, even if you never make $1 off of it.
Thank
you. You feel me?
That's a boss. That's a boss with love. That's a boss with that understanding. Like, sometimes in a game when you a boss, you might not make as much money as you want to. You might not make no money at all. Mm-hmm. But that's what come with being a boss.
Right.
That's what come with being a boss. The sacrifice you willing to take to understand I might not make nothing off it, but I put them in position. That's what make a boss.
Right. You got to care about other people. If you only care about yourself, you ain't going to be no good boss. You could be a boss, but you ain't no good boss.
No,
you
a bad boss.
You a bad boss.
They going to get rid of you. They ain't going to want to work for you.
Yeah, exactly. If you want people to love working for you, you got to be a good boss.
You got to be a big dog boss.
Exactly. You got to care about other people, like, and help them out when they need it. Like, care enough to help, And a lot of people don't.
Baby, we deserve to be here. We want it. We want it, and we willing to sacrifice to go get it. We deserve to be here. We want it. We willing to put in that work each and every day. We ain't complaining. We know, guess what? We know hard times bring better times. We know hard times bring better times. So if you ain't willing to go through the hard times, don't expect a better time. We willing. We want it. We deserve it. We willing to sacrifice it all. Because guess what? We ain't afraid of going through them hard times because we know hard times only bring better times. That's the process. That's the process.
Like they said, like if it wasn't for pain, joy wouldn't feel so good. If we never felt that pain, why would we appreciate joy?
People always tell me, man, I want to go get right. I want to feel good. I want to get fun. I want to look like you. And I tell them all the time, if you ain't willing to go through the pain, then you ain't willing to look like this.
Right.
All this is full of pain. The bodies is full of pain. The muscles is full
you
of pain.
You wake up in the middle of the night like,
man, I'm hurting. Ooh. I'm hurting. Shit. People don't understand. I put a lot of different cream and a lot of different. I take on Tylenols and aspirins because my
I need those
creams,
growing, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
My muscles growing, my body aching, my shoulders hurt because I know one thing: the work that you put in is gonna bring you better, but it deserves pain. Your body don't grow if it don't go through the pain. It don't go through the process. You can't expect to get to the top if you ain't willing to go through the process. You can't expect to willing to eat steak if you ain't willing to go through to eat pork chop.
It's. I just thought about it. You're right. Because think about it. When you're a kid and you have growing pains, like your legs are growing and they hurt. And they call them growing pains. They're pains because you're growing. Or how about this? When your teeth are growing in. When you're a kid, you're growing teeth and that shit hurts. So why would we think that life seems different? The only way to grow is to go through pain.
Go through pain.
Period. So like everybody looks at pain and gets depressed and it's like, oh, I'm hurting. It's like you're growing.
That's the time I embrace that shit. When I'm going through that pain, I say bring some more. You know why? Pain make you a better person. Pain make you a better person.
No, how about this? It can make you a better person.
It could.
It depends on how you react to it.
Goddamn, D Phlo, you dropping a jewel. A lot of people don't want us. Man, come on, say it again, boy. You got me nervous over here. You dropping them damn jewels.
I'm telling you, bro. It's like pain can either make you a better person or a worse person. You feel me? It depends on how you react to it. Like when that pain hits, either you can let it break you down and make you just fall off. You're like, man, I can't do it. I'm quit. I can't do it. Or you could be like, oh shit, I gotta go harder. This pain, it's pushing me in this direction. Either I can fold or I can turn up. What you gonna do?
D Phlo, let me tell you something, man. You a living witness, man. So many people come in the gym and want to work out with Big Team 28 and want to work out with us, and they look strong. They look like they could do more than me. They look like they gonna beat me. They look like they gonna kill me. Until we get in that battlefield. And then I put that pressure on them, and they let me know one thing. They don't want that pain. They ain't willing to get to the top because that pain hurting them. That pain killing them. They say, how you keep going? I say, I'm used to the pain. I know pain bring good. And I want good, so I'm going to continue to keep going through the pain. I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to understand that I'm willing to beat everything down in me. Because guess what? When it only could grow from what you within understand. Within the pain you put in your body.
Right.
The pain. Man, I was beat up. The pain was beating me up inside. The pain was beating me up in my mind. The pain was killing me. I was willing to, I couldn't feel nothing. I was hurting. The pain, it was hurting. I was like, I don't want it. And then God said, how you ask for something and when I'm willing to send you through something to get to somewhere,
to prepare you.
You willing and you say you're willing to give up. I said, what you talking about? He said, you asked me to give you something. In order for me to give you something, I got to send you through something. And now that I'm sending you through something, you willing to give it back because a little bit of pain is hurting you. I said, I'm sorry. He said, so what you trying to do? I said, keep sending me through it. I'm willing to go through the pain. In life, you're going to go through some things. You're going to go through situations. You're going to go through trials and tribulations. You're going to be going through damn not dead.
Facts, bro. If you're not willing to face that pain and deal with it, you're never going to make it. And I ain't going to lie, the shit you're saying, there's a lot of people who can relate to that. You know how many people are going through pain right now? Financial pains, relationship pains.
Don't stop.
Pains with their kids.
Don't stop.
Not able to see their kids.
Don't stop.
Exactly. Don't stop. But
Keep
there's
going.
so many people ready to give up.
Keep going. Keep saying it so I could tell them. Keep going. You saying people not seeing their kids is more.
Not seeing their kids. There's
Don't
people
stop.
who have problems with their with their friendships. There's people who have problems with their jobs.
Don't stop.
There's people who can't pay their rent right now.
Don't stop.
There's people who don't know how they're gonna get through the next day. They're not eating. They don't got no food
stop.
right now.
Keep going.
There's people who there's struggles of all kinds. There's wars out there right now.
Don't stop.
People are getting shot for no reason
Don't
out
stop.
here. There's people who are in the streets and don't know how to get out the streets.
Don't stop.
There's endless stories of what's going on right now. But the way you deal with it and the way you react to it, that's what makes you who you are. And people don't understand it. Like, you have to be able to deal with that pain. When that pain hits, that shit hurts. That shit hurts, bro. And it's like, you have to have that mental strength to push through. And that's hard. That's when you need good friends around you. Because sometimes when times get hard and you make that call or you're struggling, and then they say, hey, you just got to push through it. That shit actually gives you energy to do it, bro.
That pain, man. That pain. That's what I had to go through, man. And it wasn't nothing but the man up above that helped me overcome that situation. And he told me, if you able to stand the pain, then you able to win a game.
So let me ask you this, bro.
Talk to me.
So you got a notebook.
What you talking about, D Phlo? Stop playing, man. Stop playing. I bought my tablet here for a reason, you heard me? Because guess what? This is what I'm about to do for y'all, the ones that doubted me. I'm about to check all the situations and trials and tribulations. Hey, let me go through the list, D Phlo. They saying I ain't had what it takes to be great. Let me check it out because I'm still going. They saying I ain't got what it takes to get there. Let me check it out, D Phlo, because we still going. They say you ain't got the work ethic. Let me check it out, D Phlo, because I'm still going. They said I wasn't going to live past 25. Let me check it out, D Phlo, because I'm still living. They say you ain't going to make it because you ain't graduate. You ain't got the credentials. You ain't go to college. Let me check it off. I graduated from high school, D Phlo. They say you was in the streets. You can't go back to God. God ain't gonna accept you. Let me check it out, D Phlo, because I'm a child of God. They say you can't overcome your addiction. Let me check it out, D Phlo, because I don't gamble no more. They say you was in the streets. Let me check it out, D Phlo, because I don't be in the streets no more. So all the things that they said I couldn't do, I checked them all because I'm still here. I checked it all because I overcame it. I checked it all because I showed them why I deserve to be here. See, and sometimes in life, they're going to give you a list that you're going to look at and they want you to die because they don't think you're willing to sacrifice to check it all. But you got to believe it within yourself. You got to know who you is as an individual. Then you got to put the prayers in and then you got to go to work. Do not let that checklist cancel you from being great because you're afraid to be who you is. I bought this here for a reason. I checked off everything they said I couldn't do. I checked it off. Look at me now. Look at me now. Boy, that list was long. They say he was a gambler. I checked it out. They say he was in the streets. I overcame it. They say he can't do it. I done did it. They say he don't deserve to be. I'm still here. Don't it feel good to look the enemies in the eyes and show them all the burdens y'all trying to put on me? I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still living in my purpose. Ain't nobody get the praise but that man up above. Everybody walked out on me. My mama didn't walk out on me. Let me get that clip. The prayers that mama put in, they still was working. Let me get that clip. That's why it's personal, mama. That's why, man, come on. That's why I bought the billboard. Because guess what? Mama believed in me. Mama believed in me. I bought this list for a reason, man. When I look at this every day to know that, Desmond, you done overcame all them situations. So sometimes in life, let me let them know this, D Phlo. You gotta go back to the root. You got to go get that list. It might hurt to look at the things that they said about you, but them things they said about you, you got to turn them into positivity. Sometimes you got to get to the root of what hurted you to show them why you deserve to move forward. You got to get to the roots. You can't be afraid to face the devil in the eye and tell the devil these words. You no longer have me. You no longer in control of my life. I done gave my life to God, so guess what? Anything you try to do, I ain't worried. Because guess what? God with me every step of the way. Don't you understand? You got to be able to look the enemies in the eyes. Come on.
No.
When I show up and I know I'm going to win. When I show up, I know that I'm going to get everything done. I know that man with me. I got that list, baby. You know that list, boy, that list feel good, D Phlo. It feel good.
A lot of people are scared to face their list. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people are scared to go back in their life and look at the things they went through. A lot of people try to just pretend like that the things that they went through affect them today. People don't realize that list that you checked off on is all the shit that hurt you in your past, all the shit that made you slow down, all the shit that made you want to give up, all the shit that made life difficult for you. And a lot of people don't want to look back and face that list. And because they don't want to look back and face that list is the very reason that they're unhappy right now. Because a lot of the depression that people feel and the hard times people feel come from shit we've been through that we never faced. So you got to take that list out and you got to check off all that. You got to look back and look at all the shit you overcome. Don't look at it as something to be painful about. Look at it as a success. Like, I beat that. Yeah, I went through it, but I'm here now. It didn't defeat me. That hard time I went through, I'm having PTSD. Like the people who go through that, we made it through.
Man, let me tell you something, man. I gotta tell you this, D Phlo. Let me put on my glasses because I don't want to cry, man. Let me put on my glasses, and I'm gonna keep it real with the world. I went through mental health. I'm in a mental health system. I went through mental health. They told me I suffer with ADHD, I suffer with bipolar, I'm schizophrenic, and I talk to myself. They told me that. That's what they told me. They told me, but God didn't tell me that.
Right.
Sometimes in life, people going to tell you what they feel, but it's for you to accept it. I went through all them situations. I was in a system. I ain't in a system no more. What they told me I was suffering with, I told them that was a lie. I gave it back to them. Sometimes in life, people going to try to give you something and put something on your name, but you got to understand and know that it's either you going to accept it or you going to give it back. If you accept it, then you let them put their birds and their cats, what they believe in you, on you. Unless you going to give it back and show them that ain't me. I'm different. So guess what? I gave it back to them. Because I didn't let them tell me what they felt that was wrong with me. I told them that wasn't wrong with me. I was just going through the situations. I had to find out who I was. I had to go see God. I had to see who I was. I was all over. I was trying to find out who I was. So that's why I was unstable. That's why I was going through the mental stages. When you in your life, when you don't know who you is and you trying to figure out what's going on and this going wrong and this going wrong, hey, you want the problem solved, or go see God. God gonna say it right there. This why you going through all the trials and tribulations, because you didn't come see me.
I absolutely agree with you, bro. First of all, when it comes to like mental, evaluations, it's like nobody can really they can't take a test and take your blood and be like, hey, you got bipolar. They don't work like that. They go off of what they think, what you say. They don't really know. So what they say isn't
accurate.
Isn't accurate. It's not like saying, oh, you got cancer, it's in your blood. It's not like that.
No.
So it's like, that's just what they think. It's just their opinion. First of all, I'll say that. Now, I will say that I also have been through something similar to that.
Come on,
when I was a teenager, they told me that I was bipolar, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I was on some shit.
But
I was on some shit.
Too. I'm a little crazy.
Well, you know what? They told me I was bipolar, okay? So, and I was on, I had some experiences in my life. I had some traumatic things happen, just like we spoke about earlier. And I went through some things. So I feel like, I wasn't just a normal person, but I don't feel like I was bipolar. But they gave me medication for it, right?
Yeah, they did too.
They gave me bipolar medication. First, it was like some weak ass shit, and I was like, they ain't doing nothing. I'm still crazy. I'm still wilding out. Because you gotta understand, when I was a teenager, I had 16 juvenile charges. Okay, drug, batteries, all
kind of crazy
possessions,
stuff, huh?
a lot of shit. I was on, I was in and out of, I was on probation my whole teenage years, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they're putting me in evaluations, and they're telling me I gotta take this medication. So they gave me some medication. It was a stronger one, right, bro? When I tell you that, when I took that shit, bro, I was started crying all the time for no reason.
I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
What they gave you? They gave you Depakote? They gave me Depakote. They
something
gave me one
like
of the
that.
strongest things.
Yeah.
And I told myself, man, I say, I ain't gonna let these people influence me to take something that I know that I'm not.
Right.
I say, I know what the reason is. I know what the problem is. I gotta go have that relationship with God. I gotta go talk to God. I gotta go build that relationship back. So in life, people gonna try to put certain things on you. They gonna say what they feel or what they see or what they assume.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. This country is based on pharmaceutical drugs. So if you tell me that I'm bipolar or whatever you want to say, that means that you have a certain medication that you should be giving to me. It's a money thing. But here's what I think. I don't think that bipolar and ADHD, I don't think they're mental disorders.
All right.
I think that they are personalities. Okay. Right. Like there's some people who you feel. I'm telling you, like we don't need no medication. You understand? We just need to accept who we are. You said earlier, you gotta know who you are. If you are born this way, if God made you this way, why should I make a medication to make me a different way? You understand what I'm saying? Like that's me. Like it's one thing to drink, you drink, you change a little bit for an hour or two, but it's different to take a pill. That shit affects you all day. You're a different person now. So this is what I think. I think that all those things they call are just who you are, and you just have to accept who you are. But like if someone who's bipolar, it means that you can switch from here to here. You can go from lit to calm. Oh well. Like, does that matter? As long as I'm not doing nothing destructive and hurting people, and what does it matter?
That's when you gotta accept you for who you is and who God created of you for who you is.
Exactly.
And that's what we fail to realize. We all go through these situations and we all suffer with these mental health, but you gotta accept it. And when you know you in that stage, in that state of mind, then you know that if you can't handle it, put yourself by yourself to where you don't put yourself in harm of nobody else. That's the difference. I know that I suffer with these things and I had to work on them, but I know that I had to challenge myself. When I'm feeling this way, let me go get by myself so it don't affect nobody or affect the people I love.
You know what I think, bro? I don't think you suffer anything, bro.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I'm crazy, man.
I mean, you might be. I'm crazy too. You know what I'm saying? But I think we're all crazy. We're all a different type of crazy. You understand what I'm saying? Who the fuck is normal? Like these normal people, the normal ones who aren't whatever, they never were diagnosed. Did you ever go and check? You feel me? Like I bet you they tell you everybody's crazy in their own way. It's just that what the fuck is normal? I'm normal to me. You're normal to you.
Yeah.
You're normal, right? But someone else might not think you're normal. Someone I think look, I'm a white boy usually with braids. Is that fucking normal to most people?
To most people, they say, man, that Snoop Dogg dog with dread.
You feel me?
All kind of shit, man.
So it's like, but what normal is who you are. But I just feel like there's nothing wrong with you. That's just my opinion. I feel like it's who. And you know what else I think? I think you're a warrior. I think I'm a warrior.
I'm a warrior.
Exactly. But do you think a warrior? Let me put it like this. Okay, bipolar. It means that you can go from calm to mad in 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay. Well, if I'm at the camp and we're sleeping, right? And there's a war going on. They might attack our ass, but we've got to get a little bit of sleep. I got my sword right here, you know what I'm saying? And they attack. I want to go from calm to mad pretty quick, too.
Yeah,
I don't want to die. Yeah. I don't want to be over there half asleep like, oh, shit. Like a bipolar person is a warrior. It's someone who can get mad when it's time. Yeah. The question is, are you able to control it? Do you need medication? No. You don't. You need to just have that mind state. You need to be able to
turn it off and turn it on.
Exactly.
Come on now, D Phlo. You dropping the jewels.
Fuck all that bipolar shit.
What the word, D Phlo, baby?
So you told me the other day. You can't find your destiny unless you find your purpose.
Yeah.
Tell me what you mean by that.
You gotta have a purpose. In order for you to see your purpose, you gotta go ask God what your purpose is. You gotta be willing to accept who you is as an individual. A lot of us want to do something, achieve something, get somewhere, but we don't know what our purpose is. We don't know. If you don't know your purpose, then you will never find your destiny. We gotta go ask God. God, listen, I've been on this earth for 32 years. I've been doing it this way, but it seemed like I ain't getting nowhere because I never found my purpose. And then God gonna tell you, your purpose is this. This is what I need you to do. This is your role. This is what I need you to do. And when you find out your role and who you is and accept your role, you're going to be able to move forward in life. So in order for you to find your purpose, you got to go ask God what it is. And when you find your purpose, when God lay your purpose on you, then you got to be willing to accept it. Sometimes our purpose that God wants us to do ain't easy. Sometimes our purpose is not going to be comfortable. Sometimes our purpose is not going to be elevating as fast.
Sometimes we don't want to do it. Sometimes our purpose comes to us and we're like, I don't like that shit. Sometimes you get lucky. Like, to be honest with you, I never thought I'd be good at podcasts, bro. I wasn't the best speaker. You feel me? For whatever reason, it wasn't a skill that was just given to me. But I had to learn. I had to get better at it. And as I do it more, I love it more and more and more. Sometimes your purpose is not comfortable, like you said. Sometimes you feel like, I know that this is where I should be going, but I'm scared. I'm like, I don't know if I can step on that stage. I don't know if I can get in front of that mic and speak that shit. I don't know if I can do what I need to do when it's time. But if you're able to accept it and embrace it in practice, like you said, then that is how you're able to really embrace your purpose. But a lot of times you be like, man, that shit ain't cool. I don't really want to do that. But if that's who you are, you have to accept that shit. You feel me? You can't run from your purpose. Like, how many people are running from their purpose right now? A lot
of them. Man, I got my big brother up in there, man. My brother-in-law, you heard me? He come and show the support all the time, man, and I appreciate the love, man. You know, my sister, husband, man, and I always look up to him and always ask him for advice. And you know, it's sometimes, like I said, you got to go to people that you least expected, but that's gonna keep it real with you. You know,
you definitely got to depend on the people who keep it real with you.
And that's what I like. And I always tell him, man, every time I go to him, I say, even though I'm your brother-in-law, even though you love me, but give me that real. Right. Give me that real.
Even if it's not what I want to hear.
Man, shit, he know it. Yeah. Sometimes he tell me stuff I don't want to hear. Right. But I got to accept it because he know what's best for me. See, you got to be around people that know what's best for you and that mean you good and that love you. You know what I mean? And you can't be afraid of what they tell you that you might not like. That's the way the game go. But it's that shit that you need to elevate.
You needed to hear it.
Yeah,
and a lot of people don't want to hear that shit, and it can end friendships.
Man, it ain't gonna never. I know a lot of people weak because they're afraid for their friends, their family to keep it real. When you know a nigga telling you the truth, you gotta accept that. You gonna cut them off because they hurted your feeling, and not knowing them hurting your feeling right then and there can help you progress for the next 20 years of them not telling you nothing to hurt your feeling and you fall for the next 20 years. I want a nigga to hurt my feeling. And that's why I appreciate him from keeping it real because guess what? Hurt my feelings right now so I could be the winner the next 20 years. Don't hurt my feelings right now and I'll fall the next 20 years.
I'm at the point in my life that if you're not that type of person, I can't have you around me. Period. If you can't keep it real with me, and you can't tell me what I need to hear, because I'm going to hear you. I'm not even going to argue with you, because I'm at the point in my life where I'm going to take it in and be like, you know what? You're right. You're right. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to accept that. You feel me? I'm willing to take responsibility for that. I shouldn't be doing that shit. But earlier in my life, I didn't feel that way. I would be like, man,
you grow.
I had to grow.
You grow.
You grow.
So
it's okay to grow.
When you be around people that help you grow, that understand your growth, understand that you deserve to grow, understand that you gon' grow, understand you gonna get to a certain level to grow, then that's what it is. And being around you, and I saw it in you, and I understand you, I say, God say he willing to grow, he ready to grow. So in order for him to grow, you gotta help him grow. You gotta be willing to put him in situations to grow. And that's one of the things that I truly believe that I loved and I helped you because I put you in a situation to make you grow. I challenge you to help you elevate, to put you in a situation where you gotta grow. Because I ain't gonna accept nothing less than you growing.
Right, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm growing bigger than him right now.
Jesus!
I've been pushing more weight than him. I'm telling you.
Y'all see what's going on, my boy growing muscles, man. Y'all already know. Y'all know what it is, man. Big Team 28 and D Phlo in the building.
So look.
Talk to me, D Phlo.
I got a question for you.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
So how do you expect to grow when you have a bunch of fire extinguishers around you? How about that?
You got to get rid of them, D Phlo. You got to get rid of them. A lot of us want to grow in life, but we got so many negative people around us. We got to find out why we not growing and see what the root is of why we not growing, and we got to get rid of them. See, when you have so many people around you, you got so many different mindsets, so many different personalities, so many different people they have so many different things. So when you have all these things around you, it's hard to manage, it's hard to watch, it's hard to determine, it's hard to burn out what's stopping you. It's hard. So if you want to grow in life, you got to get rid of so many people. And so many people is fire extinguishers. They want to see you grow, but not farther than them. They want to see you elevate, but not as high as them. You never know what a fire extinguisher is, or never determine they personality until you're in a situation to where you be challenged to understand that that's the reason why you're not growing.
You know what? That's facts right there. I'm gonna break it down in a couple steps. Number one, you have to realize who these people are.
Come on, D Phlo.
Because people have trouble realizing who's the fire extinguisher. Because you could put gas in a fire.
Come on.
Who is pouring gas on your fire, and who is fire extinguishing your fire?
Come
you
on.
feel me? Because as you build that fire, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
That was nasty. Say it one more time.
You have to figure out who is pouring gas on your fire
to keep it going.
To keep it going and keep it growing. Keep it growing. And who is fire extinguishing your fire? Because your fire will grow. It'll get bigger. It'll go in that direction, that direction, that direction, that direction. So sometimes it's hard to notice that behind you, there's people putting your fire out behind you. You can't look in every direction every time. So you're looking forward right now. So your fire is growing, and you got people around you putting your fire out in areas that you're not even noticing because you're focused over here. So you have to only keep people around you who are pouring gas in your fire. And it's like, if you really want to be successful, bro, it's like everybody says it. Oh, you got to watch your circle, keep a small circle. But did they explain it? What we're trying to say is if you want that fire to take over the whole forest, then you better have people around you pouring gas. Because you'll never take over that forest if you got fire extinguishers in your circle.
D Phlo, I love the way you explain that. I love the way you explain that. That's the way you explain that. That's the way you handle your business. You got people that's gonna put fire on fire, and they got people that's gonna deteriorate your fire. You want a fire extinguisher, or you want somebody putting gas on your fire to help you grow? You want that positive person that's in your life to help you grow, or you want that devil on your side to stop you from growing? That's the way it is. You got to determine, you got to know what you willing to accept around you. Hey, when you see a person that's stopping your growth, that's putting that fire out, you got to get rid of them. And then when you see that person that's around you, helping your fire you grow, helping you elevate, you got to say, guess what? I need them closer. I need them around me. Now, hold on, D Phlo. This was going to hurt. This was going to hurt. You ready for this?
What you got?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Don't let the money determine if you want to keep people around you because you think they pouring in your fire. Oh, my God. I don't think you heard that. A lot of people think because a person got money, they helping your fire grow. The people with the money sometimes could stop your fire. Most times stop your fire because they don't want to see you grow
past a certain point.
Come on, man.
Exactly.
They got people around you that got more than you that could stop your fire from growing because they jealous.
Oh,
they know
jealous.
what you could become.
Exactly.
See, sometimes in life, people that got money know the people that's really, 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 really putting in that work, that's grinding, that's the ones that's a threat to them. That's the ones they're afraid of. That's the ones they fear. That's the ones they don't want to put in position because guess what?
They see you in them. They see that you have that hunger that they had when they first got on. And they don't have the hunger no more because they already got it. So they see like you're hungry, you're trying to get it, you're in the game. And they're like, damn, I wish I was hungry like them. So once they see that hunger, that's when they become the fire extinguisher. They may have poured gas, but now that they're fire extinguisher, people change.
Oh, yeah.
People switch
Big time.
up.
Yes, indeed.
So it's like, sometimes it's hard to see that coming. You know what I'm saying? Because people, when you think they're pouring gas, all of a sudden they're your fire extinguisher, you're confused. I've had it happen to me before. So it's like, bro, you just have to realize, as soon as you see it, you have to react.
That's like when you see them make a fucked up decision or do something to a person, even though it ain't towards you, you gotta accept it like it's towards you.
Right.
Because it's coming towards you.
Next.
People feel like because they ain't do it to you, it ain't gonna affect you.
Right.
When they do it to somebody else, it affect you too. You can't accept it, them doing it to somebody else and not put your feet in their shoes like it didn't hurt you too. See, a lot of people allow that shit to happen until it happened to them. If one of my partners do some fucked up shit to another person, I ain't gotta know them. I gotta put my feet in their shoe because it's gonna happen to me. You did it to them, why you won't do it to me? It just didn't happen to me right now. What made them different from me? I ain't seeing them no different from me. See, let me say that again, D Phlo.
I feel what you're saying.
Let me say it again, because people fail to realize and they don't understand. When you see your partner do some fucked up shit and they do it to somebody on side of you or somebody they knew, expected to come to you, expected to happen to you. That's what I realized, D Phlo. When I see somebody do something to a person that's fucked up, that shit hit my heart. That shit hit me like they did it to me. Why? Because I put my feet in their shoes. That person didn't do nothing. That person was keeping it real. That person was 100. Why you did that to them? You know what? You might do it to me. So let me get my shit together.
Right.
Let me think. My feet is in their shoes because you did some foul shit to them because you was fake. Oh my God.
100%.
Oh my God. Even if it don't happen to you and it happened to somebody you know or somebody they fuck with, expected to come to you. Put your feet in their shoes. If they did it to them, they gonna do it to you.
And I've learned some valuable lessons off this very premise. If you see somebody out there jacking people and you got them in your circle, just remember that once you, and this goes on to my next question, once you see them do it to someone else, they will do it to you. So let me ask you this. You mentioned today people are only as loyal to you as how much you hand out to them.
Come on, D Phlo, you dropping them fucking jewels, man. You dropping them jewels, man. Hey, when your hands stop giving, then they gonna stop fucking with you.
Fucking with you. Mm-hmm.
When you stop feeding them, they gonna stop fucking with you. When you stop giving, they gonna stop fucking with you. When you stop showing them love, they gonna stop fucking with you. When your money stop, they gonna stop fucking with you. You as good as your hand out to them. They only loyalty to you as your hand is to them. If you stop giving, they start fucking with you. You start feeding them, they start biting you. You start showing them love, they start dissing you. If you stop showing them my way, they start downplaying you. You only as good as your hand to them. That's the way that.
Okay, so look, and that's facts. So let me ask you, this is a hard question right here.
Come on,
okay,
Flo.
when we got into this podcast, you were wearing the rope, okay? So if those people are doing the things you said, if you stopped giving them what you was giving them, why would you throw them the rope?
Because I'm different. I'm different. I came from that. I was at the bottom. So if I was at the bottom and I came to the top, I ain't afraid to go back to the bottom to get back to the top. I ain't afraid. See, the bottom what made me. The top didn't make me. The bottom, them situations, them circumstances. That's why I'm able to give a hand to somebody even if they bite it. That's why I'm willing to give a hand, an opportunity, even if they cut it off, because the bottom what made me, the top that made me, D Phlo, the bottom, the process, the situation, the circumstances, the trials and tribulations, the denial, the ones that walked out, the ones that played on me, the ones that didn't believe in me, the ones that told me I ain't got what it takes. That's why I'm able to do the thing and give them the rope, because I was used to the bottom.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think that is also because you have learned a level of forgiveness that most people haven't. You said earlier that it's like if God is gonna forgive us, then why can't we forgive people? If we made because I know I made some mistakes. I've done some shit that I immediately regretted. You know what I'm saying? But if God's able to forgive me for that and give me the blessing to be in your presence and be in this podcast, become up the way we come up, then why the fuck can't we forgive the people and help people who went through hard times? A lot of people, we're quick to cut people off. But you're right. When you hit that bottom, you go through a time of struggle and you change. So instead of always being like, oh, that person's fucked up, they tried me, and they went through their struggle, and then they may have changed.
You gotta be willing to accept a person again and again and again. A person might go through trials and tribulations. A person might fail. A person might do something wrong. But you gotta be willing to forgive them, because people do make changes every day. I don't hold a person accountable for what they once did, but they gotta earn my loyalty and my trust again.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Even though they did something to you messed up years ago, they understand it, they accept it, and then guess what? You got to let it go and move forward. Even though my daddy wasn't enough for me, even though my mama had to go through time to take care of me, I still accepted him. I still understand that he my daddy. I understand that he the one that made me. And guess what? I appreciate that.
For sure. Well, I feel like we just dropped the jewels crazy, bro.
Ski. Hey, let me tell you something, man. If you want to get to the top, you got to keep going. If you want to get to the top, you got to be willing to put to the work. If you want to get to where you want to be, you got to willing to be sacrificed. Hey, let me tell you something, man. You got to look at somebody that you really love, and you got to do one thing. You got to make sure it's personal. 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 If your mama was there, you got to make sure it's personal. If your daddy was there, you got to make sure it's personal. It's personal.
Big facts. I agree with you 100%. Because a lot of people are only business. When it comes to the way they make money, it's only business, which is cool and all. But are you happy? Because if it's personal and you making money doing it, you're going to be more happy doing it. Because I'm doing what I personally feel. I'm not doing how that motherfucker personally feels because they're paying me by the hour. I'm doing what I personally feel, but I believe in to make my money. And that is going to go way further, and you'll be way happier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, we got to drop the jewels, boy. Hold on. Before we get off this thing, D Phlo, I got one question to ask you, man.
What you got?
Boy, you looking good in that shirt.
I'm telling you.
Looking good in that fit.
Yeah, I fuck with the style. You too,
bro.
bro.
You looking
You
like
too.
me, man. Goddamn. Hey, who that is, D Phlo? Shout him out on the gram and let him know what it is, man.
This Heated Locker, yo, if you want to get some fly shit, follow Heated Locker on Instagram.
Shout out to that boy, Heated Locker, man, for sending us, me and D Phlo, this nice drip and stuff like that, man. We support you, man, most definitely. It feel good. It look good. It got me dropping the jewel. Yes, indeed, man. If y'all want to get that, man, get with that boy, man. Heated Locker, his Instagram. We got him tagged in on the gram. Y'all gonna see him. Shout out to that boy, man. I look good, man. I look like sexy red.
So let me ask you this, bro.
Talk to me, D Phlo, baby.
You got the poster beside you. It says,
Yes,
it's
indeed.
Personal, mama.
It's personal.
What that mean?
Man, let
Tell
me
what
tell
it
you
mean.
something, D Phlo, man. Mama was there, man. And when I say it's personal, because mama was there through every situation, D Phlo. You know, she watched me go through the stages of me graduating. She watched me go through the stages of me doing my football thing, doing me running touchdown, doing the situation when my daddy was locked up, doing the situation when I needed a man advice, but mama was the advice to get me to be great. So it's personal because mama deserve everything. D Phlo, you know, I don't want to never forget who was there for me through every situation. I don't take nothing away from my daddy, but mama was there 99.99% of the time, and she deserve everything. And I want to make sure she get everything she deserve. I love her truly, and anything that is she ever needed that I have that I could give her, I'm willing to give her, and without no second guessing. So it's personal, man. We got Father's Day coming up, and Mama gonna receive a gift.
For sure. Like the 2 times I met her, she had great energy.
Oh man,
great
when
energy.
you met my mama, man, she was praying.
She was praying.
When you came to the car, she was praying. She said, "Thank you for what you doing and you helping my son and giving my son an opportunity to speak on your platform."
We helping each other, bro.
Most definitely, but man, you gave me the opportunity to come here. Not just the opportunity to come here, but you open your doors to where we able to speak the truth and speak the realness in a podcast in your career. We will be expanding. We will be leaving the crib.
Oh yeah.
You will not be coming to his crib because he will no longer be at this crib too much longer. But most definitely, you open the doors, and that's why it's personal. Man, anybody I let meet my mama is like, I love them because my mama is everything, and she gonna always ask about any person I bring around, any person I introduce her to. So when I let people meet my mama, it's personal because my mama loved them with all their heart. It's like she loving me, and she willing to help you. It's like you ain't gotta be with me. You could go to my mama house, she gonna feed you. She gonna take good care of you. She gonna open the door. She gonna give you clothes. She gonna give you drawers. It might be my fucking drawers, but she gonna give you drawers to take a bath. You might not want to wear my drawers, but you gonna have a hot bath and a hot towel, hot shower.
No, I feel you for sure. Like New Orleans, like that's
New Orleans style. When I
yeah.
invited you to the crib, you had a good time. We had all type of food that you don't eat, but we had all type of food where you enjoy yourself and you had a good time and you felt that New Orleans love. That's one thing about us, man. Anytime I bring people over to meet my family or bring them around my family, I trust them, and I know I trust my family to show them that house mentality, So that's why it's personal. Mama was there through all them situations. Mama was there when I was going through all them trials and tribulations. Mama was there when they were trying to get rid of me. Mama was there when they were trying to bury me. Mama was there when they put the rope around me. Mama was there when they tried to say I ain't had a qualification to be great. Mama was there when I was going through the trials and tribulations. Mama, the one that came got me, told me if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to be the one to bury my son. Before I let these streets take my son, I might as well take my son out this life. Man, let me tell you something. I'm going to keep it real with you, D Phlo. I had a gambling problem. It hurt me to talk about this. But my mama told me these words here. She said, I come to get you. I come to get you to save your life. And I realized having a gambling addiction is just versus being on drugs. I was trying to make money, to trying to keep up, to trying to make sure I do everything to be at the top. But I realized I didn't deserve to be at the top, because sometimes being at the top could be with the enemy. Sometimes being at the bottom could be with God. So being at the top, I was up there with the enemy. Some people that were trying to put out your fire extinguisher. So mama came and got me through them situations. Now that I overcame them situations, look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. Mama, this was personal. Your son beat the gambling addiction. Your son beat all the trials and tribulations. Your son had to go through them situations. That's why I appreciate you. I love you with all my heart. And let me tell you something. The day them people come in that check, will be the day that you ain't got to worry no more. You don't ask for a lot, but you deserve a lot. You don't expect a lot, but you deserve a lot. You don't expect much, but I'm willing to give you a lot. Mama, get ready. Get ready. I don't know what kind of car you want, but you could get whatever you want. I don't know how big you want your house to be, but you could pick whatever house you want. We gonna build it. That's why it's personal. That's why it's personal. That's why it's personal. Mama, you done wiped so many tears from my eye. Mama, you done came save me when my bills was behind. Mama, you done fed me when I ain't nobody. I couldn't go to nobody but you. Mama, you done paid my cell phone bills when my phone was off. That's why it's personal. No matter how old I get, Mama still willing to put groceries in the house. No matter how old I get, Mama willing to still pay bills. No matter how old I get, Mama still willing to pay my car note. No matter how old I get, Mama still pay the insurance. If anything happened, she able to bury me. But Mama ain't gonna never bury me. I'm gonna be the one burying her. Cause your son ain't going nowhere. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Come on now. This one personal.
We'll see y'all next episode.
Goddamn, D Phlo, you took it personal.
Yeah, that shit good. Ooh, yes sir. Yeah, you smoke that shit. Yes sir.